How you doing? My name is Ken Promola from chokebook.com and ilovebjj.com. Check it out. Come to the sites. We got daily techniques. I want to take a look at again, going over basic stuff lately because it's important to me and I hope it's important to you. I want to take a look at the mount position from an offensive standpoint. I'm going to have Zach on the bottom. Okay, you're on your back. So right here, just my positioning in general. If the person has their elbows underneath, obviously it's going to be hard for me to ride up on him and come underneath him. So I want to keep my hips beneath my head. If I come like this and he goes to bump me, I don't have such good balance. I want to kind of be back here on my haunches and keeping my head a little bit tilted backwards, so when he bumps up, I can kind of ride him. Understand? Okay? I don't like to be too tight with my legs or too muscular here, because that's when I feel like he can bump me over. If he does bring his legs up a little bit, I like to hook under and just have my heels on the hamstrings. If he brings them all the way up, then obviously I will try to get the grapevine hooks and lower my hips and spread my base out wide. Okay. If you get too high and your weight's above you, sometimes what people do is they bring their legs up and then they put them in your armpit and you get swept or something like that. Okay. If that does happen to you as a troubleshooting point, go ahead, come up here. I'm just going to bring my hips forward and swim out and bring my hips forward and my head back here. Okay. And then what I like to do to nullify that thereafter is put my feet in his hip here, just like this. If he keeps coming up, now come up. He can't come up because I've taken that away by capturing his hip. Okay. So this is just a basic way to look at the mount position. Other people have done similar stuff to this, and I've not stolen, but I've looked at their techniques and tried to apply my own twist and turns from my experientially driven perspective here. So hopefully this helps you out. Some people, I know their first day they can't hold this mount position. They don't know how to finish. Take your time, be patient. Another important detail from here that's extremely minute in my opinion, that could be important, whenever I go to one side, I like to try to stay in the center, keep my head in the center between my legs, because if I'm going against that person who's very savvy in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, I believe that I would take advantage of this and they could take advantage of this. So when I come to any side here, any position, what it does is it puts weight on my left leg and takes weight off of my right leg. So if he were to come out on this side, it'd be the perfect time to do it when my weight is not distributed correctly. Okay? So I like to try to stay centered and maybe bring a little bit of weight here, but keep some weight on the center to keep his back down, and be aware that if I'm going for chokes, arm locks, whatever, that he can elbow escape. And if he does elbow escape, go ahead. Right away I have to go to the technical mount position. Okay? And let's just briefly take a look at the technical mount position. When he does go for that elbow escape, I'm going to shoot my arms forward. Go ahead, please. Bring my left knee high toward the nape of his neck, and then I put my right heel above the thigh. What I want to do from this position, see how he is right now? If he were to come back to the mount position, go ahead. I have to come back and follow him. I have to be sensitive there. I can't be too tight. So when he comes up, go ahead again. The elbow escape, I come just like this. What I want to do is I want to block his body from coming back if I'm trying to take the back. How could I do that? I could press down and get my chest on his shoulder and roll up and then come underneath. Just like this right here. So it makes it difficult. Come back. Okay. If he does, then I come like this. If he rolls all the way to his stomach, I have to be loose and fluid in order to follow him. Keep going, here, and then get the second hook in, okay? So those are just some, in my opinion, some finer points to being on the top position of the mount in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I hope you enjoy that. Thanks for your time.